wonderful sweet babies. Today I want to get on my podcast and address the fact that a lot of people are scared of aging. It's no secret that Gen Z and Millennial, they're always on these damn TikTok apps and social media apps looking up ways to slow down aging. I would literally watch a lot of videos on YouTube or watch TikToks or social media posts of young people trying to find ways to slow down the aging process. And I get it. If you can catch up with the whole aging process now, you won't have to worry about it in the next 5-10 years when you do start to age. Because people say that you typically start to age once you hit the age of 35. That's when the age marks start to show. That's when you inevitably will get your first gray hair if you don't already get it by the time you're 28 or 29. A lot of people are scared of aging because they're scared of wasting time. A lot of y'all don't give a fuck about turning 30, 40, 50, 60 years old. You're just scared that you'll never be a kid again, which you obviously won't. You need to grow the fuck up and realize that it's reality. You're never going to be a kid again. You're never be in your 20s again. You're only going to be now. You're never going to live twice. So you need to just accept the fact that you're never going to live twice and just do all the things you've always wanted to do. Secondly, a lot of people are just so obsessed with, collagen pills. People in their early 20s are taking collagen pills, stretching out their massage face because they don't want to have age marks. They don't want to have marks on their forehead. They're scared of getting gray hair, which I get. If it makes you more confident to, dye your hair and get rid of gray hair and get rid of age marks, I get it. Do what you want to do what you do best. But what really mortifies me is that it's been very common lately for people in their mid to late 20s and even early 20s to get Botox because genetically it's hereditary for a lot of people to have age marks in their forehead. And a lot of people don't like that. So sometimes people in their 20s will save up their money and they'll get these things like Botox and they'll get injections in their face or they'll eat pills that apparently contain loads of collagen to help them age slower, which makes no sense to me because collagen is a natural chemical that's in all of our skin. So when you see these makeup palettes and these skincare products that say filled with tons of collagen, rich in 100% collagen, 80% more collagen than the average product, don't believe none of that shit. Please do yourself a favor and don't buy none of that shit that says collagen, anti-age. Don't believe it. Don't believe any of that shit. Let me tell you why. You shouldn't believe any of that shit specifically because there's things like cacao, dark leafy greens, spinach. There's a lot of vegetables like guava and even things like aloe vera on your face, putting sea moss on your face, eating black seeds, ingesting black seed oil every single day. Those are naturally anti-aging foods that you can incorporate into your diet without having to put these fucking pills in your damn mouth and put these damn injections in your damn face to slow down the aging process. But the truth is, a lot of y'all just hate aging because you feel like you're wasting so much time. Some of y'all are in some toxic ass relationships or were in toxic relationships that took up 2-3 years out of your life. Why are you still with them? You're still with them because you don't know how to be alone. You forgot how it was like to be alone. So you wasted years of your time, or you're currently wasting years of your time with people who don't value. Even those friends who you've been friends with for years, who deep down inside, you don't even fucking like them. You don't like them like that. You're just cool with them because it's hard to make new friends. So you're wasting so much time on people, and you're wasting so much time that you could easily channel towards your goals and living a better life. And you're getting angry and upset as your birthday comes by. Now, Lonnie Love and Adrienne Bailon and Jeannie Mai, basically the cast of The Real, had a very interesting take on this. And this is what they had to say about aging and ageism.
So I just think that when it comes to age, Hollywood is most responsible to putting that stigma on how you should look, how you should age, what you should tell. I never felt insecure about my age, but because of Hollywood, I feel like, am I supposed to hold back on this?
What naturally aging looks like.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's also a whole other conversation.
But
And how
also-
it's beautiful to age and how it should be something that's embraced.
It's a privilege to age.
Yes,
It means you're
it
still
is.
alive.
I'm out here trying
You're
to
still
get
alive.
That's why a lot of people be having what they call birthday depression. The birthday depression is a very real thing. I'd be happy every time my birthday goes by because, as you guys know, me being a child was one of the worst moments of my entire life. 14, 15, 16, those are the worst moments of my entire life. Like, I'm talking about, I had some really dark thoughts to the point where I just wanted to wake up one day and strangle the fuck out of my fucking relatives because they drove me fucking crazy. And I wanted to just run away and start a new life and pack my little backpack, my little Spider-Man backpack, and stuff a whole bunch of shit in it and toilet paper and just start a new life. Shit like that. So I'm happy to get older in age because as I got older and as I became an adult, that's when the social media started taking off for me, Once I turned 17, 18, 19, that's when I started, focusing on my brand, focus on building my social media platform. So where I'm going with this is maybe you should embrace getting older because you are the CEO of your own life. What you allow will continue. If you're so pressed about getting older, why don't you make some changes now? I.e., if you always want to make a lump sum of money or start that new business or get into acting or pursue higher education, why don't you just do it? That's a genuine question I have for you. If there's something you've always wanted to do, and you hate the fact that you're leaving your 20s or you're going towards your 40s, that's a genuine question I have. Why don't you do it? And dare I say it, a lot of y'all listening to this probably don't even know what you want to do with your life. For example, most of y'all probably feel lost or feel stagnant at a high-paying job just for the money. But sometimes I like to ask people this when they don't know what they want to do with their life, and maybe you should ask yourself this if you're getting older. If you feel like you're wasting so much time, ask yourself this question: what would I do for free? The truth is, a lot of us always think, wait, free? What the fuck? I have bills to pay. But again, really think about it. What would you do for free? Some of y'all love children. Some of y'all wouldn't mind babysitting children. Some of y'all wouldn't even mind opening up a daycare, even if it means working at a family daycare or a friend's daycare for a couple of weeks for free. Some of y'all wouldn't mind volunteering your time working with pets and dogs and animals. Some of y'all love crystals. Some of y'all could argue all day about politics and news and societal culture. Think about what would you do for free and figure out how you can monetize that one thing you would do for free. Not saying you have to do it for free, but think of what you would do for free and try to turn it into a passion, which can later lead to profit. Just think about what you would do for free. What I'm saying is, a lot of y'all could really fix a lot of things with yourself if you just focused on your goals. Some of you guys are focusing on dried up, mush mouth, washed up relationships that aren't gonna work. And I don't mean just spousal relationships. I'm talking about that situationship you're in, that friendship group that you have that you don't want to outgrow. You're scared if you elevate and focus on yourself and you shine your bright so light, you'll forget about them and you'll elevate without them. You're scared that you can't take them with you, but you really should just let people fucking go. Like, let them go if you really love them, and if it's meant to be, you'll circle back and rekindle that situation. But the truth is this: focus on your goals so you never have to struggle, and you won't have to worry about being mad about aging, getting depressed about aging. Like, I remember one time I had this really, close associate who I was hella cool at one point, but I stopped fucking with him because he was a shitty individual. But long story short, he basically was 25 and had just turned 26 when I met him. And basically he said, my birthday is coming soon. And I'm like, so what are you going to do for your birthday? Are you going to celebrate? And he was like, no, I don't know if I want to. And I'm like, no, you should celebrate. You're leaving your mid-20s and you're going towards your late 20s. You're going to be 26. And he was like, thanks for reminding me, Choice. And basically, I remember just being so pushed back, like, huh? I get it, though, because he was obviously a few years older than me at the time. And at the time we were cool, he would always, bitch and complain about how he wanted to do this and that, but all his friends are just, haters, and they're not good people, and they never uplift him, and they're this and they're that, and like, he was just stuck in one situationship after the next, stuck with a close set of friends that always complained, and he wanted to start a skincare line, and he wanted to get into selling, products, hair care products and shit like that, but he never got into it. And he will complain about getting older. Maybe a lot of y'all are in that same position where you hate aging because so much time is going by, or you're close to 30 or you're pushing 30 and you really wish that you had a little bit more time to go back. Some of y'all wish you had the confidence, even if you're not fully confident. Some of y'all wish y'all had the little bit of more confidence or the little bit of healthy boundaries you have now 10 years ago. Some of y'all wish y'all had a lot of these healthy boundaries and a lot of this confidence 5 years ago when you were in your 20s or when you were in your early 20s. Some of y'all wish you had a lot of these, this courage and this grit within you to just cut people off and stop fucking with certain people and stop people pleasing certain people. But guess what? You didn't have it back then. You have it now. So do something now, because guess what? You're 25 now, you're 28 now, you're 31 now, you're 35 now, but don't sit up here and complain the next 5 years and say, damn, I should have started when Choice told me to. Exactly, bitch. You should have started when I told you to. But then guess what? Some of y'all are going to hear this message, bypass it, and just not even like relay any of this stuff and allocate it to your actual life. You're going to just say to yourself, whatever, I'll do it later. And then 5 years will go by. And before you know it, you're 45. Then you're 50. Some of y'all are in your early 20s. Yeah, newsflash, if you're in your early 20s, in the next 5 to 6 years, you're going to be fucking 30. Yeah, let that sink in. You're going to be 30 soon. Yes. And guess what? Did you guys know that 2018 was around 4 years ago? Did you know that? 2018 was 4 years ago, but 2018 feels like yesterday. Did y'all know that 2018 was when Cardi B dropped her album Invasion of Privacy, when that song I Like It came out? That feels like yesterday, right? But did you know that that was 4 years ago? That was 4 goddamn years ago. Did you guys know that Fetty Wap's song Trap Queen came out in 2015? Well, not in 2015, but it blew up in 2015. 2016, that's when it blew up. Yeah, 2015, 2016, that was roughly around 6.5 years ago. In a couple months, It'll be 7 years ago since that song first blew up. But I guarantee a lot of you remember where you were at when that song Trap Queen by Fetty Wap blew up, right? That's what I mean by so much time goes by. That was already almost 7 years ago that song blew up. Yes. So take note of that and realize that the world stops for nobody. Yes, you might have been depressed years ago. Yes, you might have been struggling. Yes, you were in some shitty relationship. Yes, you hate the fact that you're getting older because it reminds you that you're wasting so much time. But why don't you focus on the now? One thing that I always tell myself whenever I, get down the dumps or feel like a little bit low and unmotivated, I always remind myself, focus on my goals so I never have to struggle. So I'll always focus on my goals so I never have to struggle. A lot of times when you're letting years pass you by and you resent the fact that you're getting older, a lot of times it's because you're procrastinating. A lot of times you're procrastinating and doubting yourself is because you're wasting years, months, days, weeks, remembering and reminiscing all those people that fucked you over. I.e., let's say you were a really good friend to somebody, but then they fucked you over and they shitted on you. So you had to let them go. Or you had a relative that you were hella cool with, but they shitted on you. Your parents shitted on you. Your father shitted on you. Someone shitted on you in your life a couple months ago, a couple years ago, and you just keep playing that moment in your head. That's fine. You're still healing from that. If you still think about something, that means you're still healing from it day by day by day, and eventually you'll get over it. But you won't be able to get over it until you start being a lot more present. You can think about it, of course I'm not going to rush you to heal, but be more present. What can you do to be a better person? What can you do to elevate? Because the best thing you can do when you stop fucking with certain people and people do you hella dirty is to focus on yourself. That's the best thing you can do. So try to channel all that energy towards pursuing that business venture. Are you a great cook? Maybe start selling food at your house. Do you want to get into drop shipping? Maybe borrow or use one of your credit cards to buy $1,000 worth of speakers from China. Buy each of them shits for like 85 cents, sell each of them shits for $10 and drop ship them shits on Amazon, sell them on Amazon, make passive income of around $5K a week. Or let Amazon do all the work for you and order from your distributor, and you can make an extra passive income $5,000. Are you someone that's passionate about real estate, spirituality, crystals? Write an ebook. Find a ghostwriter, find a co-writer, find someone that's willing to do it for an affordable price, and request that they do it for you, write it for you, put your ideas on paper, and then have them self-publish it for you on Amazon. Are you someone that wants to start drawing more? And you want to start selling your art, maybe you should invest into some good quality paintbrushes, into some good quality paint, and start painting. And this is what you can do. You can hang them shits up at the park, go to your local center or wherever the tourist attraction is in whatever city you live in or whatever country you live in, and offer to sell your pieces for like $80 a piece or a couple dollars a piece. Just sell your work, sell your art, and see what happens. And maybe people buying your art will motivate you. Do you want to get into things such as finance and real estate? Well, haven't you started watching YouTube videos yet on how to get into real estate? Maybe pay for a course. A course for real estate can probably cost you around $300. $300 is literally nothing considering you probably spend like $80 a fucking month with your big ass on Uber Eats and Postmates and DoorDash. Invest $300 on a course that'll help you prepare for your real estate license. Put in those hours, put in the time, put in the energy. Usually when you're healing and you're struggling with PTSD and you constantly keep reminiscing and remembering all the people who did you dirty, if you just distract yourself with something productive, while you're healing, you'll be so glorious and you'll be glowing so much that you'll be thinking to yourself, what the fuck? You'll literally look back and laugh at who you used to be and how pathetic you used to look, giving this dude or this chick that you were dating another chance, allowing these friends to disrespect you. You're going to look back at how stupid you look. You're going to laugh. You're going to be like, whatever. That was who I used to be. I'm over it now. I'm in a better place. So all in all, try to channel that energy to doing something productive. You should be in the now. The world is going to keep spinning and the world stops for nobody. A lot of y'all are too worried about that damn hourglass and how much time you have, which the hourglass reference in terms of age, it basically means that you're running out of time. You believe that you're running out of so much time, but how much time do you think you have? Some of y'all don't realize it, but some of you guys may end up living to 125, and you're only in your 30s, or you're only in your 20s, or you're just getting past your teens. You're about to be 20, or you're about to be 18, or you're about to be 17, or you're about to be 19. You see what I mean here? So how the fuck do you know how much time do you really have? How do you know you don't have 85 years to complete your goals? There's 168 hours in a week. I don't want to hear no shit about, well, I'm always working and I work so much. Bitch, there's 168 hours a week. The average person, if they're working overtime, probably works around 45 hours a week. What are you doing the rest of the time? What are you doing the rest of the 120-something time? 120 hours. What are you doing around that time? I don't want to hear shit. Because there's 160 hours in a week, and if you're not using your time wisely, then clearly you're making excuses. You're scrolling through social media, you're scrolling through TikTok, you're scrolling through Twitter, when you could be doing something. Some of y'all want to start that podcast. What the fuck are you waiting for? You can literally start a podcast by using the Anchor app, an app that lets you syndicate your podcast on different platforms. Some of y'all know tons of freelancers on YouTube, or you can find one on Google who can make you an art for your podcast. Make it, release it. Some of y'all want to start your YouTube channels. What the fuck are you waiting for? Make that YouTube channel. Have you even thought about your stage name yet? Have you figured out what you want to be known for? What kind of videos do you want to do? Have you learned how to edit yet? Have you tried? Have you learned how to use Final Cut Pro? Have you downloaded the Final Cut Pro app, the iMovie app? Have you tried these things? You know, instead of just being upset that you have a kid and so much time is going by and you feel like you're running out of time, why don't you use the time you have now? Yeah, that happened before. Yeah, 2-3 years ago, 1 year ago, you were stuck in a bad situation. You wasted a lot of time. You wasted a lot of money. You burnt through so much money. Oh my God, yeah, that sucked. All that stuff that happened a couple years ago to you that made you waste all that time. Yeah, that sucked. But how can you hold yourself accountable? You don't think you're the problem? Because truth be told, if you keep attracting all this bullshit in your life that makes you feel like you're wasting so much time, i.e. the fact that you don't have healthy boundaries, the fact that you have toxic family members that you still give yourself access to, the fact that you're still in that situationship that wastes your time, that has you sitting in bed all day, being slumped, procrastinating, wasting years and months of your time with that individual that won't get their shit together, and they got you wasting your time, why are you still giving them a chance? You hate aging, but you're still living in your hometown. Some of y'all have always wanted to live in a different city. Some of y'all want to live in Houston. Some of y'all want to move to London. Some of y'all want to move to the Caribbean. Some of y'all want to move to Atlanta, North Carolina. Some of y'all have a relative that lives in a very popular city that you've always wanted to live in. Why don't you live with them? Why don't you transfer your job? Some of y'all got corporate jobs. Some of y'all have jobs where because you built enough skills on your resume, you can easily relay those skills in a new job. Who gives a fuck if that job you're at now pays a lot of money? And you're scared if you apply for another job, it won't be as good, or you're scared of. Sometimes y'all don't realize it, but you're really just scared of change. You know, the point is, some of you guys can apply for that amazing job in a different city that you always want to live in because you have skills as far as being a receptionist, skills as far as time management, counseling, managing. Some of y'all have such amazing skills. Why don't you channel it to progressing yourself and moving to a different city? Why don't you move out of your fucking parents' house? I know it sounds hard. Like, why do I gotta do all that stuff? Well, guess what? The more you delay, the more you delay gratification, the more you delay your satisfaction, the more you delay your growth, the more upset you're going to be when your birthday comes by. The more intense your birthday depression is going to be. So don't come here and hit me with that, oh, well, that's too hard. It's not that, bitch, did I say it was going to be easy? So if I didn't say it was going to be easy, why are you complaining about, oh, well, it's not that easy? I didn't say it was going to be easy. Just do that shit. So all in all, if you're upset at the fact that you're aging, time is going by, you're pushing your 20s, you're going past your mid-20s, you're going into your 30s, your 40s, be in the present. Focus on your goals so you never have to struggle. So try doing things that you know good and well that your future self will thank you for. Some of y'all make a good amount of money and could easily start saving and budgeting or talking to a financial advisor. Some of you guys can easily figure out your goals when it comes to your finances. Some of y'all are so desperate to be in a relationship that you're willing to tolerate anybody that even meets half of your requirements. I.e., if the nigga ain't shit and has like 60 million kids, but he's nice and has great sex and he's so sweet and so calm and so polite and he makes you feel good about yourself, that's great and all. But you know good and fucking well that individual isn't really for you and you really shouldn't be in a relationship with that individual because they'll really just waste your time. You know? A lot of times you'll ignore red flags in a partner because you're scared of being alone. You're scared of facing life alone. You know what I mean? And then you're going to get into another situationship, waste more time, waste 2-3 years, and then you're never going to leave said individual because you're going to be angry and upset. And you're going to be angry at yourself even more because you don't want to feel like you wasted more time. So you're going to feel pressured to be stuck into this relationship because you don't want to hold yourself accountable and you don't want to believe that you made another mistake. You don't want to feel like you made another mistake and you wasted more time. Nobody wants to feel like they wasted all this time. You know, you're the CEO of your life. You can easily stop fucking with certain people by making a phone call and saying, hey, personally, I don't want to fuck with you no more. You're draining. You're not a good friend. You're negative. You're low vibrational. You're not supportive. I don't want to fuck with you no more. Or if said friends who you know don't really fuck with you like that invite you out to go get drinks or to go get drunk, go do some raggedy shit, or if the boys want to invite you out to do some shit that you know good and well that you're over, you feel compelled to say yes. When in reality, you say to yourself, well, I don't really want to, but I know good and well that I don't want them to be mad at me. But look what you're doing. You're wasting more time. You know, a lot of people always talk about how they hate wasting time, but yet they sit in their room all fucking day, sit in their house all fucking day, doing nothing, not researching what they can do to be better, not figuring out how they can elevate their lives, and they just sit around doing nothing. They just tolerate and be subtle, and they settle for the bare minimum, even though they know good and well that there's still more that they want. They rather just be content and comfortable. You know what I mean? For example, if I can use myself as an example, I lived in a very small town in Florida because, you know, I was like, let me just live here. I'm not too far from my relatives for just in case. Even though I can't stand the motherfuckers and I don't fuck with them because they're evil and bad people and they're low vibrational, let me just, stay not too far away. I'll move far away, but I'm still going to stay in the state, so I'm so close. And let me stay in the state so I'm comfortable because I'm not ready to go to a whole other state because, what if my mail gets stuck in another state and I don't feel like going to, I was doing stuff like that. So I was delaying my growth by not moving to California and Los Angeles, even though I've always wanted to be here. I've wanted to move here since I was 18, since I was in high school. I've wanted to move here since freaking 2017. I've wanted to move since I was a kid, since I was a child, since I was like fucking 16, 15 years old. Because I saw that this is the place to be if you want to build your network and you want to create different avenues in the entertainment industry because everything is here. There's a reason why everybody moves here. Same thing with you. There's a place that you've always wanted to go, a job you always wanted to do, a major you always wanted to major in, something you always wanted to do, but you know good and well that it's going to be hard, it's going to be scary, and maybe people around you wouldn't agree with it or support it. And I'm going to tell you something that I told a really, really good friend one time, and it really registered with him, and I hope this registers with you. You're the only person that's going to live with your regrets. So don't sit up here trying to ask your friends and your homegirls, oh, what y'all think about this? Or y'all, I want to move here. Like, what y'all think? Or hey, I want to like lose all this weight. Like you think that'd be a good idea to like lose weight? Stop looking for their fucking validation. You can't expect bitches who don't even believe in themselves to believe in you. You can't expect bitches who don't even like you to believe in you when you don't even believe in yourself. People don't even believe in them, so how the fuck they gonna believe in you? The fuck? They rather channel that energy to them. If they had enough confidence to believe in themselves, they would for sure give you that confidence to believe in yourself. So, again, you're the only person that's gonna live with your regrets. So if you just sit around, let the world pass you by, you get upset, you get angry, and you look for everyone to support your dreams and your goals and your moves and your business endeavors, you're never gonna get it done. Don't keep saying I'm gonna do it and you don't do it. Don't just talk about it, be about it. All in all, I noticed that my generation and the millennials and Gen Zers, they always worry about collagen pills. They always worried about aging too fast, or how do I slow down aging, or how do I make sure I don't age too much at 22? How do I make sure I don't age too much at 26? Because y'all are scared of getting older. That's that Peter Pan syndrome. That's the same shit Michael Jackson had. That's why Michael Jackson had all that fucked up surgery. R.I.P. to him. But that's why Michael Jackson had that fucked up surgery. That's why he enjoyed being around children, because they were the source of inspiration. They remind him of that innocence he had before he was constantly overthinking, before he had depression, before he had anxiety, before he was having to face his demons. Because you guys know that as you get older, a lot of the stuff that happened in your childhood starts to come back and attack you. Because truth be told, you'll never be able to move on and live your life until you start realizing and dealing with all the shit you dealt with in your childhood. The fact that you're a people pleaser, the fact that you were raised by a narcissist, the fact that you were raised by toxic people, the fact that you never believed in yourself because your own mother never believed in you. The fact that people in your life always looked at you like you were stupid, so you just did stupid shit because you wanted to live up to that bad image that they saw you as. The fact that you always let people, always shit on your goals and dreams and tell you every time you had a good idea that it wasn't shit and it wasn't enough. You have to deal with that shit when you go into adulthood. Because a lot of y'all aren't healing your inner child. So a lot of y'all are just children on the inside, but with an adult exterior. So the truth is this. A lot of the stuff that you keep delaying, a lot of the stuff that you keep pushing back is a result of how you were raised and how you grew up. So the best thing you can do now is to focus on yourself and focus on the solution. Stop living in the past and being worried about what you did as a teenager and all the mistakes you made when you were in your early teens and when you were in college. Worry about what you could do now. Because if you worry about what you can do now, you'll get close to the solution. But if you keep focusing on the problem and blaming everybody for the issue, you'll never be able to elevate. You'll be too busy trying to blame everyone else around you for why you're not successful. You'll be too busy trying to find a scapegoat. You'll be too busy trying to blame your issues on your spouse. You'll be too busy on being somebody else's scapegoat and letting your mother, father, your spouse blame you for their lack of growth. And then once you realize that they've been using you as a scapegoat, you've been using them as a scapegoat, you're going to be angry because you realize you wasted 6 to 10 years getting angry and upset and blaming everybody and self-sabotaging when you really could have just pursued something that you always wanted to do. Some of you have always wanted to do music. Some of you have always wanted to go and pursue higher education, but you've yet to do it because you personally don't believe in yourself. And the reason you don't believe in yourself is because of who you're surrounded by, your environment. Get a little bit uncomfortable. Figure out what you can do. Try to find the root of the issue and then try to find the solution. So even if it means getting uncomfortable, that's simply just what you're going to have to do. So all in all, my generation, your generation, all the generations are always scared of getting older. And the reason why everybody's scared of getting older is, again, because everybody is upset and annoyed that so much time is going by. People don't want to feel like they wasted so much time. So they wallow in the past and worry about the past, and they can't be present.
And the unfortunate truth is this. A lot of people forget that we all have free will. The most beautiful thing about life, my nigga, is the fact that a lot of y'all can choose right now. And you can choose again. If you make a mistake or you end up in some shit where you don't want to be in it or involved in it, you can just choose again and choose again and choose again and choose again and choose again. You just got to have the courage to want to actually do that shit. If you really want it bad enough, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse. That's all I'm going to say.
And then when they realize that they haven't been present, 10, 25, 30 years already went by and they're already in their 50s. There's a reason why so many people in their 50s be so annoyed, like, oh, I'm old. Where'd all the time go? Oh, I'm in my 30s now. Where'd all the time go? You're wasting time. Stop wasting time. We have the same 24 hours as Beyonce. And I know people hate hearing that, but it's the fucking truth. And I don't want to hear no shit about, oh, Beyonce got teams and Beyonce, she got these damn Illuminati people helping her. I don't want to hear about that. We have the same 24 hours as Beyonce. Some of y'all want to be Beyonce overnight, but Beyonce wasn't even Beyonce overnight. That's all I can say. So use your time wisely. What can you do now to get what you want out of life? Why are you so worried about doing certain things so other people can be proud of you when you deep down inside don't want to do it? You know you don't want to finish college. You know you don't want to be in that relationship no more. You know you don't want to have kids with this person. You know you don't want to keep living in this hometown that's depressing. You know you want to be around these people. You know you're tired of your relatives who ain't shit and who drain your energy. You know you want to move. So just say fuck it and just do it. Because again, you're not getting any younger. In the next 5 years, you'll wish you did it right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Hope everybody internalizes information. Hope they allocate it to their livelihood. I hope y'all don't think I was just rambling. And I hope y'all actually, don't let all this shit bypass and y'all actually apply it to your actual life. So please be sure to let me know what podcast topic you'll be talking about next. I'm stepping in my podcast cookies all 2022. I appreciate all the love and support. Shout out to everybody listening and watching. Hello, people on Patreon. Please join my Patreon if you haven't already. And shout out to everyone listening and streaming on SoundCloud, Spotify, and many more platforms. Love you guys. And yeah, that's that. Timeout is over.